Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Booker has been talking up a lot of criminal reform in this country. And it's something that we hear consistently every single year. But yet, America probably has one of the worst criminal systems on the face of the earth. They jail so many people at such a rapid rate to the point where the vast majority of your people in prison are in there for very remedial things. Every little teensy beensy thing, they want to jump up and lock people up, especially in the Black community. And we have seen this consistently every year. At this point, we need to call this what it is. It is the president's fault, past and present. It is Congress' fault. It's the Senate's fault for the condition that these prisons are in, for the laws on the books, for these judges that get on the bench and the crime don't match the punishment, or some people, because they got a bigger wallet than someone else, don't even see inside of a courtroom or a prison when they really deserve to. People like Cory Booker are enablers in this society. They have sat in office locally and in Washington, D.C., and they have done minimal things to make major changes in this system. Now, I went over a story, with everybody in my hangout. Actually, it was a report, and it stated that 70% of the prison population has never been convicted of a crime. Most of the people, ladies and gentlemen, in jail, the majority of the prison population is for non-violent drug possession. It is not for no most violent crimes. If our people would just stand back and start looking at reports and stop listening to these racists that are telling you Black people are the most violent, you would understand real fast what they're saying and what that prison system looks like are two entirely different things. Most of the people in jails in America are there for non-violent crimes. The people that are committing violent crimes are in a small percentile in prison. Crime is going down around this country. Stop listening to these people. When you start looking at who's in there and who's running their mouth, things just don't add up. Okay? And all of that, Black people are the most violent, that comes directly from the slave codes. And it just goes to show you how many generations they have been passing that down to each other. You can trace everything they say to the Black community back to the original slave codes that they wrote. That's where it stems from. And they just in the household passing it down like a fucking party joint. So, Cory, I have to tell you, I am not impressed. I'm not impressed. I have been hearing about criminal reform since I was a child. And all I see is still a very unbalanced amount of people in jail. America has no problem jailing innocent people, y'all. That's why the Black man is the most exonerated in America. And it just goes to show you the people putting you behind bars are terrible eyewitnesses. Many of these people that are exonerated are there for rapes and murder, and they are not even the people that did the crime. So we got some very consistent people that are very bad at identifying folks. But these same people have all of the say in that courtroom that gets innocent people convicted. Today, even in 2019, juries are still predominantly white, and in some cases, all white. That is what should be abolished. America is not and never have been an all-white country. So we should never see juries that look like that. But to this day, we still do. But you never see Congress trying to make reforms and trying to change that. None of these criminal reform bills are helpful to the Black community. There are still disparities, ladies and gentlemen, in powder and crack cocaine. Now, if they were running a system that was just, you would never have seen those disparities in the first place. To this day, because of the Tough on Crime Act that passed, there are still people sitting in jail from the crack epidemic. But you do not see the same level of people being arrested for opioids. Where's your criminal reform bills to put all of these opioid addicts stumbling around out here in public, killing people behind the wheel, but you won't put them in jail? And if you really have changed towards drug addiction in this country, then you should be demanding that those crack addicts that's been sitting in there, many of them since the 1980s, be released from jail. But you won't do it for the very obvious reasons. So when you say this is a public health issue, but there are people still sitting in those prisons during the crack era, still in there, it tells me you are lying. You are lying. Either you are for drug addiction to be decriminalized, or you're not. If you're going to be all picky and choosy about who goes in there and who don't, then you are a liar. You are not for that. You're only for that now because the face of the junkie looks like yours. There should be no disparity in how people are sentenced in America, but there are. And there's major differences in how people are sentenced. So until the president, the Senate, the Congress make changes that dramatically corrects some of those wrongs, then all of these bills that you're passing, this act, and next year we'll have another flood of criminal reform, and then we'll have another one, and then we'll have another. We've seen this consistently every year. We talk about the same disparities every single year. The only ones that are given leniency in this country are wealthy, white people who break the law. And we got Paul Manafort as a perfect example of that. Stole millions of dollars from the American people. 47 months. 47 months, y'all. So as long as you're white and bright, it's all right, and you get leniency in America. But anybody else stealing, they throw the book at you. Especially if you're from the Black community, you get that book thrown at you. So if you're not fixing that, Cory Booker and Congress and Senate and President, then as far as I'm concerned, you're not doing a damn thing. You can't fix what is so badly broken. And all of these reforms they keep talking about are nothing more than Band-Aids. Until we see some real major changes, then all of these little remedial bills that you're talking up don't mean a hill of beans. It's just garbage. Endless garbage. The first thing America needs to do is show that she is not going to arrest for so many damn petty things. And all of these folks that are in there for drug addiction that you just turned your back on, you need to set them free. It is not right to say an opioid addict don't have to go to jail, but you are still holding crack addicts in there. Either you gonna be for all or shut the hell up. The American government has done a poor job with criminal reform, and you continue to do it. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. You know, that's one thing. You can always catch these people talking so many lies, and it just don't make a difference. There's a reason why all of these criminal reform bills do not make a huge impact. That is because they want to continue to mass incarcerate Black people all they want in this country. If they did real reform, they would have to empty out the jails. And emptying out the jails means the prison work don't get done. Kamala Harris said it the best. This is why you will never see the change that we really should be seeing. None of them should get away with this without being told about it. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.